Hello, and welcome to Tales from a Sex Store. My name is Hazel, and today we're going to be talking about common questions that people have about maybe the first time that they're coming into a sex store, what to expect, what it's like working there, just are interested about a sex shop. So, some of the questions that were the most common were, what types of people come in? And it's everybody. Everybody comes into a sex shop at least once. At least every type of person comes into a sex shop. We have had everyone from celebrities and politicians to extremely religious people to, everybody. Everybody goes to the sex shop. Every type of person goes to the sex shop. And a lot of them come in carrying some kind of preconceived notion, some kind of guilt, some kind of shame. And then this amazing thing happens where they realize that it's just a box store with people working the counter selling a product. And this experience varies based on the type of sex store that you enter. So in an old model sex store, male-centric, it can be everything that the media has portrayed it to be. Dark, sticky, kind of creepy. I say sticky because back at Miss Kitty's in Montana in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was very Wild West. People used to be able to come in and smoke cigarettes, and they would bring in their to-go cup of booze from the bar next door, and there was carpeting. And as you can imagine, inebriated people walking around a store that they're uncomfortable in, getting rowdy, sometimes they knock over the lube display. And let me just tell you that it is not possible to get alcohol and lubricant out of 40-year-old carpet. It's super gross. But also, it was the vibe. And that's one type of sex store, right? They've evolved, and now there's this more boutique quality. Erotique is a boutique. It's all gender inclusive. It's well lit. It's hardwood floors that we clean on the regular. Nothing is sticky. There's no little nooks or crannies to feel trapped in, dead end aisles, anything like that. It's just a nice, like a lingerie shop, except with toys too. So the type of people that come into our shop, it's everybody. The type of atmosphere, it's welcoming, it's inviting, it's approachable. One of the next questions that we've got a ton of questions, is, what if I don't know what I want? Totally fine. A lot of people come into the store, and again, one of the types of people who comes in has had almost no exposure to the potentials of what is available in the adult industry. It happens a lot. We're in a college town. Some people are raised in families that hold close to their hearts more, we refer to them as purity culture views, but maybe they would consider themselves traditional or devout, religious. It's just a level of approachability. It's just where they came from while they are seeking where they're going. And we like to try and make that as comfortable as possible for them. So when people come into the store and they don't know what they want or what's on the market, it's scary and it's nebulous. So we try and just give them space or give them comfort, however that looks. Sometimes it's a friendly gesture, a relatable experience that we've had, we share with them, a joke, something to put them at ease. If you don't know what you want, ask. Ask what's available. And if you're comfortable with it, talk about what you want. What is the need that you're trying to fill that brought you into the store? That was another question. How should I talk about what I want? Should I use euphemisms for body parts? We just use medical terminology. Penis, vagina, anus, clitoris, vulva, G-spot, prostate. If you're not comfortable with that and you need to use a nickname, we'll make space for that. But just try and be gentle with yourself. It's just a body part. Everybody has a body. All of those bodies have parts. It's important to be able to name them. But we want you to be as comfortable as possible so that you can get the things that you need. Some of the other questions that have been asked are, what are some interesting products? To be honest, after you've worked there for 20 years, they're all pretty much fine. What are some interesting products? That depends on what your exposure is. Interesting to whom? We work there every day, every week, all year long. It'd be like, what are you into? That's what makes it interesting. Are you into prostate play? Cool. I know exactly what's interesting under that category. Let's go look at this product. Are you into strap-ons? I have opinions about that. These are the harnesses I would recommend because they're comfortable and also they hold the toy well in place. It doesn't flop around. Are you into sounding? Are you into kink? What are you into? That's how we'll find out what's interesting. Because to us, it's just stuff on the floor. We see dozens of types of lubes and toys, lingerie, harnesses, restraints. The things that are most interesting to us are probably the things that we've never seen before, the new products that we bring in. Another thing that's asked are what are some interesting questions that we get? And really, they're all interesting, which sounds like a cop-out, but it really is true. All of the questions that we get asked are interesting because they all come from a unique perspective. Two different people can come in and ask the exact same question, but the way that they ask it, where they came from that led them to how they're asking the question that way, that's what's interesting. We're trying to help humans find fulfillment for a need that is a primal need that is often laden with some sort of social anxiety. What's interesting to me aren't the questions, but they're the ways people find their bravery to ask those questions. That's what's interesting. It gives me a lot of hope. People come in, they've never been to a sex shop before. I have a need. Good for you. Way to face that. Let's find you some fulfillment. Can I touch the products? This is going to vary by shop, right? Some shops are going to say, absolutely not. Other shops, maybe they don't care so much. Our shop, we have demo models for everything that's on the floor so that what's in the package stays sterile. But you can see what it would be like by checking out one of the demo models. We're really conscientious that everybody who leaves with a toy that hasn't been touched by somebody else. That being said, it still happens. We always recommend that when you buy a toy, you take it home and you clean it. Even if nobody else has touched it, it's still been through processing. It's been through shipping, right? So we always recommend that you clean your new toy beforehand, which rolls us into another question. How do I clean my product? Do I need toy cleaner? And the answer to that is no. Toy cleaner can be convenient, but it is just a mild detergent. It's very simple soap. Something gentle, something that is not full of a bunch of fragrances. Remember that oftentimes these toys, these products, are things that may end up inside your body. You want them to be clean. You don't necessarily want them to be covered in fragrance. If you can still smell it, it's not really clean, right? So you want a soap that is a mild detergent and water. Again, toy cleaners are all ready to do that, but they also come at a markup for convenience. A next question: is it a good place to meet a hookup or to pick someone up? We don't really love that, but we understand it, especially when you're meeting with a person and you're thinking you're going to get a toy together. We don't want to be a spot for cruising. That makes people uncomfortable, and we don't want people to be uncomfortable at the store. Not at the boutique. Some places are fine with it. Some places it's expected. Some places have a glory hole or an arcade. People just hook up and they just kind of are fine with it, or at least it's expected. Our space is for all genders, not male centric. And so we don't want people feeling uncomfortable. At our store, we don't support it. We don't make spaces for that. If you're going to meet somebody there, hopefully it's someone you've got enough of a relationship with that you're there to shop together. Can people return used toys? At our shop, yes. At a lot of shops, no. When you come into the store, tell us what you're after, and we'll help you find the products that would suit those needs. We always recommend you sleep on it if you're uncertain. We don't push people to make a purchase. We want you to be really satisfied. And if you're not, bring it back. We understand. Maybe your experience with that toy will help you find something that is closer to what you're actually after. Just maybe don't make a habit of buying a toy and returning it frequently. That would be bad faith. I'm embarrassed. When is the best time to visit? Earlier in the morning. We're open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and if you come in earlier in the morning, it's going to be pretty empty, and we're going to be able to dedicate time to helping you find your comfort and helping to make sure that anybody else who comes in doesn't crowd your space so that you can stay comfortable. If we're super busy after 6 p.m. on a Friday night, it's going to be crowded. We're not going to be able to dedicate that attention. Early in the week, early in the day, it's the best time to come in if you don't want to deal with a lot of other people. That being said, when you're the most comfortable, but also not inebriated, because you're not going to be in the same headspace as when you typically want the thing. You're going to be in the wild space that has you buying the crazy thing, which leads into: how should I act? How would you act in the grocery store? How would you act at the coffee shop? How would you act at another shopping space? If you see somebody you know and you're not comfortable with that, ignore them. They'll probably ignore you too. People pick up on that vibe. If you see somebody and you want to just get rid of the tension of it, say hi. Address that you're both there. They're there too. They're seeing you also. They have been seen by you also. Don't have the energy for it? Don't say hi. But what would you do in a supermarket? It's just another place where the other people are there. What do you carry? We have at the store all sorts of things. We carry lingerie for all different body types. We carry vibrators and dildos, prostate toys and massagers. We carry lubes, condoms, massage oil candles, which are delightful. We have a very nice kink section. Oh my gosh, it is spectacular. We have penis toys, cock rings, strokers, pumps for different anatomy. nipples, penis, clitoris. I think we may even have a vulva pump. We carry a lot of all different sizes and shapes, of all different powers and frequencies. Rumbly or buzzy? What's your vibe? We've probably got something, and if we don't have something, we might be able to order it for you because we have a catalog that is much bigger than what we have the space for. So if you're looking for something, just come in and ask. How do you deal with customers who make other customers uncomfortable? We ask them to leave, depending on how uncomfortable. If they're just uncomfortable themselves, Marrakesh addressed this a few episodes back. If someone is uncomfortable and they're behaving in a way that makes other people uncomfortable, give them acknowledgement, and then maybe they'll calm down. But if they're in there making other people uncomfortable purposefully, we don't allow that, and we will ask them to leave. What do you recommend for someone looking for a first toy? Honestly, we like to start simple with first toys. We'll give them one of our free vibrators. I had an orgasm in Bozeman, Montana. It's a little bullet vibrator. Doesn't matter what gender you are, that's our go-to. Here's your first free toy. A man, you might be surprised, as a penis owner, that this thing can work for you. You just turn it on and use it wherever it feels good. Toys are for everybody. Toys are for every body. But at that point, depending on your comfort level, we may recommend more. If it seems like too much, you start to get uncomfortable, we'll back it off. We don't want to overwhelm anybody, but we want to try and get you what you actually want. So first toys, it's an exploration of specifics. This will be our last question. What do I need to know before going in? And the first most important thing, you are 100% normal. And we can't say this enough. We've said it in a lot of our episodes. Most people are super basic. Most people are super, super normal. Very, very rarely, maybe once in a year or even 2 years, do we have somebody come in who asks for something that is even interesting to us, let alone shocking. It's all normal. You are normal. Asking for help is a great way to get a guided tour of what's available to you, what's accessible through the store, and then you can just say, no, not that, more like this. Yes, like that, but maybe more like this. And we will go through and help you find what you're looking for. Not every shop does this. Again, the more male-centric shops, oftentimes the person behind the counter is just there to make sure that people don't steal. Those shops, they're a little bit more wild. Our shop is very approachable, and we try and make sure that it stays that way. Boutiques are different from porn stores. Sex shops all have their own characteristic, and sometimes it's good to shop around and see what the photos online are like for the store. Those online photos can't be explicit, but you can generally catch the feel of a store based on its exterior, whether or not it's well lit, where it is in the city. What do I need to know before going in? What is it you're looking for? What are your interests? Don't settle for less than what you actually want just because you're uncomfortable. It's okay to sleep on it. It's okay to not make a purchase. It is fine to come in and window shop. There should be no pressure to buy at a sex store. And the last thing, and this is a legal thing that is pretty important, it doesn't matter how old you are, bring your ID. Some places won't let anybody in without an ID. Other places, they card you if you look under 40. It's imperative to bring your ID. And I will say, not a photocopy. It has to be the physical ID, unexpired, issued to you by the government. Photos of it, photocopies of it, they are not good enough anymore, if they ever were. because of the evolutions in photo editing and AI generative creation. So, if you have any more questions, and we have a ton more to cover, but if you have questions, we encourage you to write into us, tfass at erotiquestyle.com. Ask us your questions. Let us know if you want us to put it on an episode, or if you just want one-on-one consultations. We do that also. Consultations at erotiquestyle.com. I hope this was beneficial to somebody. This has been Tales from a Sex Store. Happy orgasms and mental hugs.